Alright, what is this stuff that we keep telling you about, this velvet underglaze? Well, it's right here, velvet underglaze. For taking notes, each one has a number, V336. They all have their own number, and we've got just about every color under the rainbow. When they're fired, they look like this. They're called velvets because they don't fire shiny. These are not glazes. They can go under raku, they can go under cone 5, they can go under cone 9. They go on before the glaze, that's why they're called underglazes. And when they come out, they're dull. The top of these tiles has some glaze on it, clear. The bottom is just what you see there. That's what the underglaze looks like. I've also made this kind of cool little plate that shows all of our underglazes, almost all of them, and it shows with one coat, you can see on the back, one coat of H, one coat of G, no glaze whatsoever, and then V. So H, G in this ring, none, and then tomato, V, very opaque. And you can see, it'll give you all sorts of colors in your color palette that you can't normally get, especially, look at that yellow, it's very vibrant. So that gives you some hints. It doesn't have to be clear either. The G is a colored glaze, and it's translucent, so you get some really pretty colors out of that. So coat them up. They can go under any glaze, like I said. Try it for any situation. I got a little bottle here to show you a couple of applications. Sorry, excuse my slip dust. Shake, shake, shake. Really shake these guys up. Sometimes the lids get stuck. Just be careful to wipe the lid before you put it back on the rack. That is helpful to everyone, not just people using underglaze. Teachers that get asked to open them all the time because people can't be bothered to wipe them off. Okay, so here's what most people do with underglazes, and that is to just dip your brush in there and brush it on. How many coats do I need? That's a question I get a lot. The answer is, I don't know. How dark do you want it? What color is it? I will tell you this, yellows, pinks, whites, those colors are weak, and in cone 9 they'll tend to burn out. Purple, green, some of the deeper reds, they'll stay a little bit brighter. But just because you put more coats on doesn't mean that it's actually going to be brighter. Okay? You can put one on top of another, and they're pretty opaque. So if I put like blue on top of this, I try to put the darker color on top. It's going to show through. I've got a really pretty design on here, and if I put glaze over it, it's going to eat up that design. So my favorite way, or one of my favorite ways to use underglaze, is to use it to fill up my design. Just kind of brush it on here. It's a very dry piece of bisqueware. Brush it over the whole design. Make sure you get it down into the little recessed areas. And then set it aside and let it dry for a little bit. And you want to take a wet, very flat sponge. Make sure your sponge is clean. And just gently wipe over the surface. Don't get down inside of the little design. You don't want to wipe it out there. And if you're gentle, and do this just right by using the flat side of the sponge and being careful not to wipe it out of the lower areas, you'll actually end up with a really pretty inlay of color. Okay, so you can paint it straight on, or you can paint it on and wipe it off. But colored slips are a really neat way to expand your color vocabulary. You can now use those. Good luck and have fun. Don't mix the colors together and wash out your brushes, and wipe the bottles when you're done, just like this. Just wipe that rim so that it doesn't get all caked with underglaze. Then I have to open up all the bottles for you guys. That's it.